This is where I'm from, this is where it started. This is what becomes of the broken-hearted. This is going out to...
Hey Bojo, miigwech gonna wab the mag Nishnaabemdaa Noongo minwa. Noongo mnui jagana shim. Gonna budge. Maybe I'll talk English this week, because it's hard for me to explain some of the stuff, trying to demonstrate in the limited Nishnaabemdaa that I know. So anyways, last week we talked about mnup good. Mnup good, it tastes good. But if you want to talk about liking the taste of something, you would say namin padan. Namin padan, I like the taste of it. Namin padan. Or niminopadan, as it's pronounced elsewhere around here. We would say namin padan. Namin padan. So, minopadan or minopadan means like the taste of it. Namin padanio, medium. I like the taste of this food. Now, if it's an animate thing like a potato, you would use mnupuj, meaning like the taste of the animate thing. So I would say namin pwa, maba pin. I like the taste of this potato. Namin pwa. How? So for an inanimate thing, you would say namin padan. For an animate thing, you would say namin pwa. How? Now, last week we also talked about the smell of something. Minomagwet, it smells good. Minomagwet. Or minomagze, he or she smells good. Now, if you want to talk about liking the smell of something, you would say namin mandan. I like the smell of that food. Namin mandan ew. Or naminomandan. And the root form is minomandan, meaning to like the smell of it, And because these are transitive verbs for an inanimate object, like some food, it changes a little bit when I like it. I would say naminmandan. The end changes from dun to don. Just the way the language works. There's all sorts of little changes that happen depending on what kind of word it is and how it's used. So just listen closely to your elders speak, pick up on all these little differences. Takes a long time, helps to maybe read a little bit about how these words work. But anyways, namin padan, gego. Namin padan. Going. Namin mon. Namin padan. Namin mandan. I like the smell of it. Namin mandan. Now, if it's an animate thing, because as you know, depending on if it's an animate or inanimate object, the verb changes a little bit. Animate thing like a potato, pin, or wishkabe pin, I guess you would call this a sweet potato. I would say namin ma. I like the smell of him or her, or the animate thing. Namin ma. How? So there's those two words. Minomandan for an inanimate thing, and minomam for an animate thing. I'm confusing myself here, too many words going on at once, all sorts of different forms. So if I make any mistakes, I'll just write them properly here, ignore what I'm saying. I'll try to make sure that the written stuff is right. How? So last week we also talked about something or someone sounding good. So minotagwet, it sounds good. Minotagwet for an inanimate thing. Minotagwet. So for an animate thing, like a person, you would say minotagze, he or she sounds good. Minotagwet, it sounds good. Minotagze, he or she sounds good. Now, if you want to talk about liking the sound of something, you would say naminoton. I like the sound of it. Naminoton. Or if it's a person, I would say naminotois or namintoi. I like the sound of her or him. So the root forms are minotun or minotun. Minotun is the way we pronounce it down here. And for an animate thing, it's minotau. So you can use the animate form if you're talking about a singer that you like to listen to. You would say minotoi, namintoi, or naminotoa, depending on your dialect. And you would say whatever singer you like. I would say Nimin Twa Amy Winehouse. Because I like to listen to Amy Winehouse. I like the sound of Amy Winehouse, even though no one believes me that I like Amy Winehouse. They think I just listen to lots of ugly, heavy music, which I do, but hey, I like Amy Winehouse too. So Nimin Twa, oh, I like the sound of him or her, or that can even mean I like to listen to him or her, if you're talking about a singer. Oh, so last week we also talked about looking good. Minonagwat. Minonagwat, it looks good. Minonagwat for an inanimate thing. Minonagwat. For an animate thing, it's minonagze. Minonagze. He or she looks good. Now, if you want to talk about liking the sight of someone or something, as is this week's theme, talking about the transitive forms of these words. So for an inanimate thing, it would be minwabendan. 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 So I would say minwabendan. I like the sight of it. I like to look at it. I like the sight of it. Minwabendan. So it's pretty easy to remember because you know that wabendan means like to look at it. You put minno on the front. That means I like the sight of it. Minwabendan ew mzinchagun. Now for a person, it's minwabem. Minwabem. So you'll see it's just the same as see, wabem. To say, to like the sight of you would say minwabem. So I would say minwab ma o kwe. I like the sight of that woman. Minwab ma o nene. I like the sight of that man. So the two forms, minwabendan for an inanimate thing, which would be minwabendan if I like it, or gaminwabendan, you like it. Excuse me. And for an animate thing, it's minwabem. So minwab ma, I like him or her, like the sight of him or her. Or gaminwab ma, you like the sight of him or her. Too many words to remember. I'm getting tongue twisted. Another word we did was minwabendaza. Mage minwabendazo, minwabendaza. Ginago wakidyan. And that means to like the look of oneself. Minwabendaza. So that diza has to do with like on oneself. Minwabendaza. He or she likes the way they look, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But you don't want to be conceited. That's another word we talked about was gachijia. Gachijia meaning he or she is proud or conceited or maybe snobby or stuck up, something like that. So minwabendaza, to like the way one looks, and gachijia, to be conceited or snobby. A couple other words were gachinendazo. That can mean stuck up or snobby. People always want to know a word for that, to be stuck up or snobby. And it's not a commendable trait, especially to Nishnabek traditionally. Very humble people, and to be stuck up or snobby or think highly of oneself is not is kind of frowned upon. So gachinendazo is one word. You can kind of understand the inendazo, gachinendazo, the way it breaks down there, to think highly of oneself, or gachinenamo, to think highly of oneself. So there you go. A couple words for being snobby or conceited or proud, something along those lines. Conversely, another word we did was jagwenamo, jagwenamo, and that means to be kind of timid or shy or introverted. Jagwenamo, jagwenamo. So not quite the opposite of gachijia, but somewhat related. If you're not gachijia, maybe you're jagwenamo. How miu nongo miigwech gonna wabna meg Nishnaabemdaa Noongo inwa.
Now to those departed from a life so young it was barely started. This is going out to the mamas crying.
Nimin padan yo. Okay. Nimin pwa. Depends on where you're from. Sheeman.